During Christmas of 2020, I reviewed the Ubisoft version of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith on Nintendo DS. Now, I want to talk about the more popular version of the game, developed by the Collective and published by LucasArts, released only on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Though there is no standalone GameCube release, but with either a Game Boy player for Ubisoft's GBA release, or hell, wait a few months after and the first LEGO Star Wars game would be ported, it's not like fans of Nintendo's cubic hardware were exactly missing out for an interactive Revenge of the Sith experience. But anyway, how does the most highly promoted adaptation of the final prequel film hold? Let's find out. Like with the handheld version, if you've already seen the Revenge of the Sith movie, you pretty much know the plot, in that it follows the final steps of Anakin Skywalker's fall to the dark side, transforming into Darth Vader. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan continues his hard path of the light side, witnessing the fall of his Jedi brethren, and the way it's told is about as you would expect from movie tie-in games, in using movie footage to set up the scene before the game shifts to its visuals in the engine. Nothing more, nothing less. Though some of the liberties it takes doesn't hit with me, mainly with the absence of Padme Amidala. Yet the GBA and DS version, hell, even the LEGO game didn't seem to forget. Well, except for one scene. Anyway, moving on to the gameplay. While the handheld version is a 2D beat/hack-em-up in vein of Sega's Streets of Rage or Capcom's Final Fight, the console version is a 3D beat/hack-em-up in vein of another set of movie license games, being based on Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and Return of the King. But instead of being set in medieval fantasy, we have a galaxy far, far away. In the game, you'll not only learn mastery of the lightsaber, you'll also learn mastery of the Force, taking your skills on droids, clone troopers, and even rival Jedi and Sith. With techniques that have been used in Star Wars games prior, from light side techniques like healing to dark side powers like lightning. And it plays pretty decently, though I wouldn't call it the ultimate Jedi action experience, as it was hyped when past action games in the Star Wars saga have done it better. Unlike the Lord of the Rings, where you can, for the most part, select different characters, especially after you beat a game, you sadly don't have that sort of freedom in Revenge of the Sith, as each level will decide for you on playing Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader, or Obi-Wan Kenobi. Personally, I like how the DS version did it better, in that they give each of the Jedi their own path, rather than just choosing another character for the following level. One of the things of major note, though, is that unlike the GBA and DS version, there is an alternate ending to the game, in where you play as the final level as Anakin. He kills not just one, but both of his masters, ruling the galaxy with his own iron fist, which is kinda cool to see and makes you think of what could happen next. But besides the single player, the PS2 and Xbox version of the game also allow for unlockable bonus missions, some being single player, others being a rather limited co-op mode that can be played with bots. In addition, there is also a versus multiplayer mode where various Jedi and Sith can duke it out in a fighting game-like setting, serving as a prerequisite to what the Wii versions of both Force Unleashed games have provided later on. That too can be played with bots, but sadly, not enough is done with it, besides wanting to duel with a bot or friends. No arcade ladder, nothing. Now onto the graphics, and sad to say, the character models have shown their age even by 2005, but the environments look pretty decent, replicating the source material pretty well. But besides that, it's pretty rough. The soundtrack is about what you'd expect from a Star Wars game, involving the sound from Skywalker Sound, as well as music from the great John Williams, and in addition, from Mark Griskey, as it has reused tracks from Obsidian's own Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. So while they aren't tracks from the film itself, what's chosen works here too. Overall, Revenge of the Sith on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox is by all leagues a decent game, and a fun way to play through the film it was based on. Though most of the fun comes from the single-player campaign, which might be short in and of itself, but has some decent replay value. But if you wanted some multiplayer action, the LEGO games are a bit better on that front. Otherwise, check this game out.